Today's KayCee's ViewSpot is a chat with Mrs. Vani Samuel, presently the Vice President of the YWCA's Southeast region in India. Mrs. Samuel took over as President of YWCA Madras at an extremely crucial stage in its history, and I'd like to start with this aspect. Thanks, Vani, for agreeing to appear in KayCee's ViewSpot, which is being held in YWCA Guest House Anandagiri, Ooty, which is presently holding the 3-day Southeast Regional Conference. As I said, you took over at an important phase right after YWCA Madras had been under National YWCA based in Delhi for a period of 3 years. What were some of the challenges you faced, and how would you categorize your tenure as president?
I think the main challenge was getting the organization back on track.
Okay.
Because almost 3 years,
Yeah.
the volunteers were really not, there were no committees,
Yes.
and the whole Y was being run from Delhi.
Okay.
So it was, and they had a committee who were not members of the Y.
Okay.
So that really the grassroots knowledge of committees and where the volunteers used to come and help out,
Yeah.
all that was missing. We only
Yeah.
had a few task force with some volunteers, and it was not like running a committee.
Okay.
So even the staff, the relationship we had built up over so many years, that was missing. So there were a lot of things where it was not being run as YWCA Madras was being run and what we were used.
So you had to start from scratch, basically.
So literally when we got it back, there
Yeah.
were a lot of things we had to put back.
Okay.
It's like, I think, put back on track.
Okay.
Right from staff issues to the committees, the projects,
Okay.
and because we had lost touch for 3 years.
Okay.
So everything had to be brought back.
Yeah.
Because again it was handed over to the volunteers and
Yes.
the staff,
Yeah.
and unfortunately a lot of staff had also resigned in the
Yeah.
3-year period.
Yeah.
So we had to fill up all the vacancies right from the GemSec.
Yes.
There was no GemSec
Yes.
because she resigned the day National handed it over.
Okay.
So we needed an administrative head
Okay.
and quite a few of the other staff. So all that had to be done.
So that 1-year tenure of yours must have been really busy. Was it
it
more
was
than
2 terms.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but I actually took it up as a challenge
Okay.
because I really found that it would be great to get back the past glory.
Okay.
The way YWCA Madras. It's
Yes.
one of the very good Ys in. It's a model YWCA in India,
Yeah.
and I wanted that to be brought back.
Okay.
So
And
it was a huge challenge.
Yeah.
Getting back the members who had dropped off because they were no longer involved.
Okay.
Filling up the staff vacancies
Yeah.
and getting back the projects working the way they were and encouraging new projects and programs and things like that. So it was tough,
Yeah.
but I found it challenging.
I'm sure YWCA Madras is glad that you took those challenges in your stride.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. You are presently the Vice President of YWCA India's Southeast
Yeah.
region. What does being a VP of the Southeast region entail, and what is your vision for this region?
See, Southeast region comprises of Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
And it is the second largest region in terms of number of associations.
What about Kerala?
Kerala's got many more, it's got
Oh.
40 plus.
Okay.
They have really got a lot of associations, close by.
Okay.
Whereas here we are spread over 18 plus 1 information.
Okay.
So, I found that Southeast, they're all very committed, the members.
Okay.
You know, they have a lot of innovative programs and all that. So I thought it would be nice to network
Okay.
with all the 3 regions, because one thing which was lacking was they were tend to be a little separate. Each one's doing their own thing.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring all the associations together so that there's a lot of networking and relationship building and the sharing of resources and sharing of programs which some may be doing something very good which others are not aware of, or they could do the same thing in their association, these sort of things.
Okay.
So that was I thought will be very interesting.
Okay, now this conference has been going on for 2 days now. How would you say it's been going?
I am very happy with the response because we've got about 90% response.
Yes.
And it's very good.
Yeah.
And all the ladies have come by road and by plane and by train and
all sorts of
buses overnight.
Communication.
They really, right from
transportation.
Right from deep south to all over. And it is nice. For the first time, actually, a lot of them are meeting each other, and I myself, it gives me a chance to meet all the members.
Yeah.
Otherwise, mostly I've been talking to them on the phone.
Okay.
And I've taken over just 4 months back.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to get to know all of them. So
and how long will you be the?
Till for another 2.5 years.
Okay. So
it's a 4-year.
It's a sort of getting to know who are the people.
And what I've did is to make all the groups into 3 clusters.
Okay.
So each cluster has about 6 local associations.
Yeah.
So along with the regional team, the board members, I put each board member in charge of 1 cluster. So we are planning to have cluster meetings with that 6 associations. Yeah. And so again that will, you're having a lot more interaction and sharing.
Yeah, you recently attended World Council in Zurich.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us more about it?
This is held once in 4 years.
Okay.
So there were 10 of us who went from India, and I was fortunate enough to be one of them.
Okay.
So we went to Zurich from Delhi, and the elections were held, and a lot of policy decisions are taken.
Yeah.
And it was great. And they had a whole lot of workshops.
Okay.
So we had the choice to attend whichever workshop we wanted.
And what did you attend?
Quite a few, but I was particularly interested in workshops where the emphasis on intergenerational changes.
Okay.
To bring in the young members to take over.
Yeah.
I think that was good, and a lot of them had good ideas because in India that's what is required.
Yeah.
Our young youth are just not joining the.
Yeah, that leads me to the next question. Let's go to how you began with the YWCA. What made you interested in joining it, and what advice would you give those who are interested in joining it, especially the youngsters?
What actually drew me to the YWCA was, first of all, I've always been very interested in women and children. Okay. Being in educators, I've always been in women's colleges, polytechnics, and so on. Okay. Where we all work skill programs and things like that. So empowerment of women was something I've always been interested in. Yeah. So I heard that YWCA has projects where they're focusing on women and children. Okay. And also I was told there are a lot of like-minded women I could interact with and maybe help in the projects. That's how
getting away from the YWCA role in your life, would you like to tell the viewer a little more about yourself? Also maybe about the other activities you take part in. I know that you're very active in the church, in the counseling sessions.
Basically I'm an educationist. I have almost 30 years of experience at the college level, university level. And that kind of led me to get interested in counseling. Because though I was not a trained counselor that time, but the students had a tendency they used to walk up to me with all sorts of, problems. And I think the main thing is I was prepared to listen. Okay. So they kept coming to me, and I thought maybe, and I enjoyed it also. I was able to kind of relate. So once I decided to change, get into social work and I said I'll reinvent myself as a counselor.
Yeah.
So I went and did a professional course in counseling.
Yeah.
So now actually I'm a counselor. And I think that has helped me a lot in managing and coping with life and helping others cope with life.
Okay.
And my own self-control.
She said, I don't know what's gone
Thank
wrong,
you
but
so
she was
much.
definite about it. She said, now anyway.
Do you have
don't
anything to
shy.
say to anyone on anything? That's the usual way I sign off.
I think finally you have to live with yourself.
Okay.
And you have to have a clear conscience, be straightforward, and for me, I think integrity is so important.
Okay.
I mean, be true to yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Those are very good words of advice, and I hope a lot of people take it because that's what the world desperately needs. Thank you, Vani,
Thank you,
for taking
Kalpana.
time off your very busy schedule
Thank you, Kalpana.
during this conference. I know how busy you are. I really appreciate it. Thank you again.
Thank you.